Well, hey there, boys and girls, ladies and gents, theys and theirs. This is Tara Shapansky from the Polish-American Brotherhood and Adam Francisco from Be Free My Sheeple. And you're listening to the T&A Show, the Tara and Adam Show. Well, hey there, boys and girls, ladies and gents, theys and theirs. This is Tara Shapansky from the Polish-American Brotherhood and Adam Francisco from Be Free My Sheeple. And you're listening to the T&A Show, the Tara and Adam Show.
Hey guys, welcome back to the T&A Show. I am live streaming to you from Arizona, and Tara and Grayson are in our Florida studios. So this is a dual state live stream. How you doing, guys, over there?
Hey, how you guys doing?
Awesome. Today I am surrounded by three of the internet's most controversial figures today. Ethan Schmidt, Grayson Arnold, and Tara Shapansky are all victims of slander and libel in the media today. And today we're here to sit down and talk to Ethan Schmidt, founder of the Anti-Maskers Club. Hey guys, welcome back to the T&A Show. If you could just tell us a little bit about the club. Live streaming to you from Arizona.
So I founded the Anti-Maskers Club. We've got chapters all over. Basically, we just fight for human rights and civil rights. We do the work that MLK Jr. wants us to do. We do the work that MLK Jr. wants us to do. Breathing rights are human rights. And, yeah, we're just fighting corporate and the government against the New World Order agenda.
Are all victims of slander and libel in that's right today. You know, a lot of people today we're here to sit down and talk to Ethan Schmidt, founder of. You guys hear audio in the background, or is that me? If you
That's your background.
Tell us a little bit about the club. Live streaming to you from Arizona. Where's that coming from? Oh, it's coming from YouTube in the background. Okay, let me fix that. Hold on.
But yeah,
right,
Patriot Takes. Patriot Takes, the Twitterati, has a thing out for Ethan Schmidt and the Anti-Maskers Club. They seem really angry every time he puts out a video, and Ethan's taken to trolling the media recently, and now Patriot Takes is taking a lot of it out of context.
What's Patriot Takes? Is that the Twitter account that they tagged me earlier in?
Yeah, it's this far-left Twitter account that tries to make fun of conservatives, and then they lie about what's really going on. So it's they have a special hard-on for Ethan.
Yeah,
they didn't even say his name. They didn't even say his name in the most recent one because Ethan screenshots it and shows how ridiculous it is. And they don't want him screenshotting it, I guess. They made it harder to search.
Yeah, they tagged me into it and said some, you know, the usual stuff that they say against.
Yeah, what did they say about you?
They just called me like a neo-Nazi.
No, they said something specific.
All right, it was funny. All right, let me see if I can pull this up.
I think it was around that you put special emphasis on being Polish American and not your Filipino side, and I just thought that was pretty funny. Like, what if it was the opposite? Filipino American. She focuses too much on being Filipino and not enough on Polish.
Yeah. That's why I need to start the Filipino American Sisterhood as the backup account for the Polish American Brotherhood. They're like, oh, she's Filipino, but the emphasis is on Polish American because she's a Nazi or something like that. Oh, no, white supremacist.
Yeah, you're white supremacist. Only in America can white supremacy be the most racially diverse movement in the history of the world.
All right, we got the guys back.
Listen to them.
Are you guys there? Hey.
Yeah, sorry about that. I don't know what happened. My YouTube is playing in the background on the iPad.
Gotcha.
So anyway, Ethan Schmidt has been in the media a lot lately for some of the things that he's done. I'm going to call them stunts. You know, he goes into businesses. You tell what you do.
Yeah, well, I make controversial videos, and really, the whole cancer. Let's talk about the cancer patient thing because World Star posted a video about me saying I love to harass cancer patients. ABC 15 Arizona posted a whole thing about me harassing cancer patients. Like Reddit did, all types of places, and the whole thing started when I went to Sonny's Hair and Wig in Mesa, Arizona, and you know, it turned out to be a cancer wig store. I had no idea going in, so then I filmed it, and they, obviously they tried to make me wear a mask, and I just stood my ground, and I told them, I'm not wearing a mask, and I told them that I'll put them on blast on the internet if they don't respect my human rights to not wear a mask, and they didn't respect my human rights to not wear a mask, so I blasted them online, and we destroyed their phone lines, we destroyed their the reviews online, and so then the media comes after me hard because I did that, and they say that I purposely targeted the wig store because it was for cancer patients, when in reality I had no idea. I was just going to random stores that day, So basically, they tried to make me look bad by saying I harassed cancer patients, and so I thought that was like kind of interesting how they flipped the narrative like that. So I've been trolling them ever since, just saying I love to harass cancer patients, just because I know it'll get the media's attention, and it'll create a leftist outrage mob, which I don't really care, because I don't really care what they think, to be honest. There's no such thing as bad press to me, because I know that I'm on the right side of history.
I watched a little bit of that evolution of the press. When you went to the wig store, that video, you were really calm, very polite. You let them know that you had a right to be there without wearing a mask, medical freedom. And then we actually did a maskless shopping event in LA. And that's when they doubled down on the harassing cancer patient angle. Isn't that, I think that's when they actually started to go hard at you for it.
Yeah, then, we came across a woman that was like really triggered during a maskless shopping event. And then I'm like, why are you so mad? And she's like, I have cancer. And I'm like, okay, well, that means you probably shouldn't be wearing a mask. So then, because it's whatever.
I want to say this on the stream. My mother died of cancer, and my father is a cancer survivor. So to me personally, cancer is a very, touching and close subject to my heart. And honestly, it's one that I hope that we could fix in our lifetime. And as you guys know, Joe Biden on the campaign trail promised that he's going to cure cancer. And I'm cheering for him to do that. I really am.
They already have the cure. They're hiding it.
And that might be possible. But I knew when Ethan said that it wasn't his true sentiments. I knew that there was a little bit more to why he was saying that. And that's why when I went online and I saw the news story, I found it interesting that Ethan here was trying to do an anti-mask movement. But because he happened to stumble upon a wig store that served cancer patients, they changed the story and said that he was actually making fun of cancer patients, when that's not what was happening. He was just literally targeting anti-mask establishments. And, obviously,
pro-mask.
Right, pro-mask establishments. And, you're a big believer that no such thing as bad press. Yeah. Now, what it's done is it's generated you a lot of press. Me, on the other hand, I try to avoid bad press. I try to, have a pretty clean digital image online, even though being a Trump supporter already puts me at risk. Now, I know, Grayson, you too have been a victim of what's happening to Ethan as well. A lot of internet websites refer to you as a neo-Nazi, a white nationalist, a white supremacist. And, I personally know you, Grayson, and I know that that's further from the truth. So how do you guys, I'll ask Grayson first, how do you handle this consistent onslaught of media lies, like emotionally?
Oh, it's hard.
How do you deal with that?
It's hard because these people, they want to have character assassination, and they're blasting out to the world a bunch of lies about you. And I know Ethan's not as articulate as I am. That anti-masker shopping event in LA was very peaceful. A lot of people showed up. It was a very positive event. But when the media, they come out and they say these things, not everybody is well equipped to stand up against what's going on. So it really does hurt. It does hurt to hear that people are reading these headlines. They don't dive into the story, because when they dive into the story, reading about the lies that are written, it contradicts a lot of their accusations. So it's difficult, it's hard, and the only way forward is just keep making content and getting your stuff out there. Because like Ethan, for example, this comes from two events, the wig store and then our LA anti-masker shopping event, where you go into a store and you try and buy stuff and you have like 20, 30 people and you're peaceful, and then, they're going to deny 30 customers for buying stuff because they don't have a mask. Ethan has hundreds of videos out there. He's not harassing cancer patients, and this is less than 1% of all the content he's ever produced, and they're trying to create an entire personality around him with this. So when he went on that video, a lot of people don't understand there's a background with it, and he's trying to troll the media.
Yeah, that's the part that I think is missing here, is that Another example I'll give is I know that a lot of, right wingers, they like to do the OK symbol sign in pictures or in videos. And apparently that's a symbol for white supremacy or white power. And so because it's not, it really isn't, a lot of people on the right will end up doing that just to trigger the media. It's almost like mocking the media themselves. I know Enrique Tarrio, who is Afro-Cuban, has done that. I know there are other people of color that are on the right side that do that. I know, Tara, you've done it. And ultimately, it's just really to make fun of the media for making up this narrative that an OK sign is now racist.
Yeah.
Is it? Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, and one thing, like, this world is evil. Like, people are, like, this world is evil. And so, like, we have to expect that we're going to get, there's going to be all this fake news about us, because the world is evil,
I'm sure there's...
So.
I mean, look, this year, as you guys know, is an election year. And Tim Pool always says that this year is going to be very hard for a lot of right-wingers because they're going to be coming down on us. Tara, you actually were slandered today in Twitter, where they referred to you as a white supremacist on Twitter today, because apparently you talking about your Polish American side and not having a Filipino sisterhood version of what you do with the Polish American Brotherhood side, they're basically saying that that's an example of white privilege. How do you react to that?
Hey, it's okay to be white. It's okay to be white. I think the way that the media is now completely white lives matter. Yes, all lives matter. The way the media and people are villainizing white culture, or everybody has a culture. Everybody comes from a place, and then even for my Polish American side, they try to villainize that as a white supremacy, and it's far from it. I mean, the name of my channel even started from just a history between Tadeusz Kościuszko and General George Washington, and dates back to the Revolutionary War. So that's actually the origins of my name. I myself, I'm mixed, multiracial. I'm Polish and Filipino. And so with that, they're just extracting a single aspect of who I am and then completely twisting it around to fit whatever narrative that they have. So that's what they're doing to me, and how I deal with it. I mean, I just brush my shoulder off. I don't pay attention to it too much. Sometimes I'll respond when I saw the Twitter post with my tags and everything. Like, initially I was going to have a smart remark back, but I have this rule that I don't respond to people with less than 1,000 Twitter followers, because then it's too much of an investment of my time and my energy. So in which case, if it's some lame account that's tagging me, I just don't even pay attention anymore, because it happens quite often. And unfortunately, that's the world that we're living in. I don't think the world is evil, but of course there's evil aspects to it. But at the end of the day, I'm not going to be expending my emotions on any kind of negativity, and it's not going to distract me from my goals.
Yeah, and there's two things I want to say to respond to you. Number one, I know you and your family very well now, and you have a very close relationship with your father. And both you and your dad have very similar goals, using YouTube as a platform to get your ideas and your plans out. So I think that also is adding to why you're so open about your Polish ancestry, because your dad is Polish and he's so proud of it. And given everything that's going on in the country today, it's the Polish history is a lot closer to and more relevant to what America's in right now than the Philippines, the Filipino history. Would you agree? That in modern times?
100%. So Poland has had in its history, it's been wiped off of the map even. And I'm also a Polish citizen, and I've spent quite a bit of time in the last 2 years going to Poland with my father and learning more about the World War II history, as well as communism. My father is a communist refugee coming into America, and so he's an incredibly proud patriot for his love for America, and that comes from what he experienced under a communist regime. And so now, as I learn more history, I see how it's repeating itself. And you know what they say, those who don't know history are doomed to repeat it. And something as simple as the toilet paper disappearing off our shelves, that was something I learned in the Soviet museum, that that's a thing that actually happens, is that toilet paper is one of the indicators that it's because that's a luxury item. Toilet paper is a luxury item. I mean, go to the Philippines, you don't need toilet paper, really. But that's a luxury item. And so when it's disappearing off the shelves, that's when, you know, food is going to be starting to disappear off the shelves. And hello, this is Biden's America. And guess what? It is happening. So I'm drawing all these parallels from what I saw in what I've learned in Polish history to what I'm seeing in America. And that's what's also making me become more vocal on my platform.
Yep. And I want to bring this back to Ethan. So, you know, obviously I've seen your videos, and you go up to people that are wearing masks outdoors, for example, and you tell them that by wearing the mask outdoors, they're supporting tyranny, that they're supporting the New World Order.
If you wear the mask, you support the New World Order. Even if you know it or not, whether you know it or not, you're supporting the New World Order by wearing that mask. And you're actually throwing away your own freedoms by wearing that mask.
Right.
And you're supporting the system by wearing that mask.
Yep.
And
there's a famous quote, and it's a meme that kind of makes fun of people that comply all the time with whatever the government says. Get a shot, okay. Get 2 shots, okay. Get a booster, okay. Get a second booster, okay. There are some countries today on their 5th booster right now, which is absolutely mind-boggling to me, because how many do you need until it starts to work? That's my theory. That's my opinion, excuse me. And as always, consult the WHO or CDC for countervailing medical views. I want to put that disclaimer out here. But what I just find interesting is that people who are doing it literally are saying, I comply because I want it to end, but it's because you comply that it will never end. Exactly. And that's what I think Ethan here is trying to get across. So his message is powerful. Standing against the mask is a very symbolic, easy move that's very visual. You know, it's more difficult with the vaccine because you can't really look at somebody and tell if they're vaccinated or not. But the mask kind of represents everything that's been going on in the world. Would you agree?
Yeah. It all started with the mask, and it all ends with the mask. Take off the mask.
Yeah.
It all started with the mask.
Another thing I want to address, Tara, is on Twitter, somebody referred to you as Polish-Filipino mixed or something, which you are. So congratulations to that Twitter person for knowing your ethnicity. But they referred to me as ethnic. So I don't know what the hell that means. I'm ethnic. If you're watching this from Twitter, that's like so offensive because food is ethnic. A person is not ethnic. That's like calling an Asian person Oriental. That's insulting because a rug is Oriental, a person is not. Okay, I think, the Orient doesn't really exist anymore. So
I think they meant,
so to you uninformed, uneducated, rude leftists, okay, you liberals, I am a Mexican American Jew. Okay, so don't call me ethnic. I'm a Mexican American Jew. If you want to call me ethnic, it doesn't hurt my feelings. It's not correct. Okay. Mexican American Jew.
It's because if we have to apply the same. If they're going to apply those kind of standards to us, we're going to apply it right back at you.
Well, ethnic means ambiguously brown. That's what they're going for with that.
Yeah, I am ambiguously brown. Here, Ethan's going to talk right now. Go ahead, Ethan.
Let me say something. So, the media has all the control because they ban us. They have all the fake news outlets. They have. They have all the leftist talking heads, so they have complete control of the Overton window and the internet. So there's actually a lot more of us probably in the world that know what's up, but it's the new world order media is just has too much power right now. Big tech has too much power. So we gotta take back the narrative,
So speaking of big tech and control, I think out of the 4 of us, Tara and I are probably the least shadow banned here, even though my Instagram has been shadow banned to hell. Ethan and Grayson, you guys have a lot of hard times being on major platforms. Is that right?
I've been shadow banned a few times. I did the Million MAGA March way back at the very first Million MAGA March, super positive event, and that's when I first got shadow banned on YouTube. And then I posted a fun video, a Hyperborean music on Twitter. They didn't like that with the Pepe Frog. So I got a little bit of a shadow ban on Twitter, and throughout the election season going up, before even the Million MAGA March on Facebook, I was posting a lot of election news, and they called it election misinformation. So they shadow banned me 100% on there. I don't even get any interactions on the Facebook page, so I just abandoned it. And Ethan, he's actually been banned multiple times, keeps rising from the grave. Anti-Maskers Club is unstoppable.
Sorry, guys, that's Cloud being a bad girl. Yeah, Ethan, tell me about your shadow bans on the internet. Where have they censored you?
Yeah, ban me everywhere. My clips are made for TikTok. If TikTok didn't ban me, I would have millions of followers on there. I'd probably have the most engagement out of any TikTok profile, to be honest. Not gonna lie, probably the most controversial stuff on like the internet. Like TikTok, like yeah, man. So, but yeah, Telegram's the only good app right now, as you know, Grayson. Telegram, that they don't ban people, so everybody's on Telegram. Like Nick Fuentes, Trump's on Telegram. Who else? Laura Loomer, all those people. They're all on Telegram. So that's where we are. But hopefully, Truth Social is actually good and actually usable. Because that's what we need. We need new platforms. And Cozy TV is pretty good too.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm a big fan of Rumble. One of my viewers, Ethan, has a question for you. They say that you publicly came out and denounced Donald Trump for his support over the vaccines, but then you were spotted at the Trump rally, which is where I met you yesterday.
Yeah.
So could you explain why you were at the Trump rally supporting Trump?
So yeah, I think Trump is a dumb boomer when it comes to the vaccine. Just like, I mean, to take my grandparents, for example, they're smart. They know what's up politically, but for some reason they got the vaccine. And I feel like Trump, they have the similar mindset. So some people just can't see through the final lie, which is COVID. But yeah, I was at the Trump rally because I was actually there to protest Trump. That's why I was there.
Really? No, you weren't.
Well, my friends were there, but I wasn't there to support Trump.
Because you didn't have any Trump gear on.
No, I wasn't wearing any Trump gear.
Yeah,
I was just there just to soak in what's going on.
But
what would you guys say though?
You're
with
a former
the
Trump supporter?
Former Trump supporter. I don't support him because he supports the booster. That's why I don't support him.
Yesterday's speech, though, I was surprised by what Trump was saying. It was very different because he's been promoting the vaccine, but I feel like he kind of backtracked a little bit on what he was saying yesterday. Yep. With what he was saying yesterday, do you feel like that's changed your mind about him? Because he doesn't seem to be.
Actually,
he's more on based on what he was saying yesterday. Seemed to be more on people's choice about it.
Yes. So yesterday, Ethan, he was reinforcing the freedom to choose, and he was not promoting the booster. And other conservative people said this is the kind of tone they want from Trump. Don't sell the booster every chance you have. Don't sell the vaccine. Just focus on choice and ignore the vaccine. Don't even encourage people taking it.
That's what I like to hear.
So that's what he did yesterday.
That's good Trump did that. But I still, the vaccine is the mark of the beast precursor. It could actually be the mark of the beast, who knows? Because Israel is if you see what's going on there, QR codes, for vaccine passports, so we're gonna see the mark of the beast in the next 10 years, 100%. And Trump could have been a big player in that. To be sadly, So I don't know,
So I got a follower here named Jeff, one of my buddies, and he says, ask Ethan if he is familiar with the analogy of Hunt for Red October, as to why he can't denounce the jab.
Yeah, I could see that there's a alternative reasoning behind Trump supporting it, but I don't know. I could see it. I can see both sides, but I just personally after his support for the booster, and
I actually think
I just want him to denounce the vaccine.
I actually think this type of criticism is good because it's not just Ethan that was giving Trump this criticism. It's a whole lot of Americans. And that's the reason why President Trump changed his tone at this rally here in Florence, Arizona, or over there in Florence, Arizona. It's because of pressure from citizens like Ethan Schmidt and various other people saying that they want to have a choice with the vaccine. They see what's going on with the forced vaccinations that are coming. You already have a mask mandate. How long until a vaccination mandate? Kids can't go to school if they don't have vaccine proof. It's always expanding. So Ethan, you have some pretty good criticism. I'd like to encourage you, don't jump off the Trump train just yet. We're going to see how it goes.
Yeah, well, their arguments, it's your choice. It's your choice to wear a mask. It's your choice to get the vaccine. But we're just going to fire you from your jobs if you don't wear a mask, if you don't get the vaccine. We're going to fire you. And you're not allowed in our bars if you don't get the vaccine. You're not allowed into the court if you don't have a mask on. But it's your choice. It's your choice, right, Grayson?
So one of my followers says that, I'm just going to read the comment directly because on this show we're very transparent and we, we'll read our comments. Someone here says you're not the sharpest tool in the shed. Don't worry. They say that about me too. Except when they say it about me, it's racist because I'm brown. He just says things to try and get that's a joke, guys. He just says things to try and get a rise out of people. The crazy part is how prideful of his arrogance he is. Maybe he should apply himself to something better and go to school. So my question is, do you do what you do because you truly believe in it, or are you just trying to troll people when it comes to the stunts you do?
Well, I like to have fun and make funny videos and stuff. And I also I believe in the cause 100% because I believe in the cause 100%. So I get a lot of hate, saying I'm stupid, saying I need to go to school, saying I need to shave my beard.
Why do you have the beard? Let's talk about that. You and Grayson both have some of the ISIS beards. Why do you guys have it?
I think it looks good. I think Ethan, you got to grow out that mustache. You look better with the beard. Ethan has like a special face where you grow out the mustache.
Would you ever shave the beard and just keep the mustache?
Maybe. I got to get more shredded first, so my jawline looks better.
Oh, you want to get jacked?
Yeah. Is the beard thing like about like a masculinity thing?
Yeah, we got to take back the beard from the soy boys. They're always having their mouth open with this weird stubbly little beard, and it's time to make it more masculine again.
I guess I'm kind of a soy boy because I can't grow facial hair and I'm almost 40.
No way.
You're just saying that because you like to shave.
I got the same amount of facial hair as Tara. Me and her, we share razors.
That says a lot about Tara, right? More than it you.
No, that says a lot about me because I have no freaking hair. Well,
hang out with Ethan.
I have no hair either.
Hang out with Ethan from Anti-Masters Club. He'll give you a beard in no time.
I love cancer patients, guys. Like, God bless all the cancer patients. And if they turn to Jesus, Jesus will heal them.
So another video of you, Ethan, went viral where you went into a Target store. I thought the girl was attractive. He says she wasn't, but I think she was very attractive. And obviously, you saw the Pride T-shirts that were being promoted there.
Yeah.
What is your issue with Target stores having Pride T-shirts? And then I'll give my opinion on it.
Yeah. So Pride. The Pride propaganda is like one of the worst things for the world because it's basically Satan disguised as a pretty little rainbow. People just see it like at the surface level. They don't see how evil it actually is. It's really the rainbow flag is really just Satan in disguise, and it just shows where the world is. And for the Target video, basically, I went around and I got one of the T-shirts from Target, a child's T-shirt with the Pride stuff on it, which you guys know is bad, but and I went around and asked people if they support this, and then I asked this girl, a Target worker, if she supports that. And she's like, yeah, I support that, and I support Satan's. And she openly admits that she supports Satan. And this is how evil the world is, guys. This is how evil the world is. So front page Snapchat and countless other places, they go and defend her. The Young Turks even, they go and defend her, saying how she destroyed me by saying that she's openly supports Satan and she supports Pride. So these people are openly defending Satanists in the media. That's how evil this. That's the type of evil we're up against right now. That's the type of evil that's slandering us. So we just gotta see through it, see through the lie,
Let me. I want to just give my perspective on this. So I grew up in New York, as you guys know, as a liberal Democrat for 36 years, and I've gone to my fair share of Pride parades where I would dress up in the rainbow.
No.
Yeah.
Me too.
And And I'll be honest, they were some of the greatest moments of my life because they were really fun. It was a lot of great vibes, a great energy, and a lot of love. So I will say that I have no problem with gay people, transgender people. I really don't care. I'm not a religious person where I feel like it's going against the Bible or anything. I want people to live their best life, and if that's how they want to live it, that's fine. My issue comes in when children that are impressionable, that start to be exposed to this unnecessarily. And the example I'll give is sometimes you go to these pride parades and you see men dressed as dogs in leather bondage. These are grown men basically fully naked except for leather covering their private parts. Or you'll see women in very, very extremely revealing outfits. And at the same time, you'll see 3, 4, 5-year-old kids at these events. To me, when you look at the percentage of people that fall into the gay or LGBT category, it is the vast minority of people. A majority of the world is straight. So if you're taking all these young, impressionable kids when they're 3, 4, 5, and they're still developing, and their brains are developing, and you're exposing this to them, I do think that it can cause a lot of confusion for these children,
yeah.
or put them down a path that they might have not have ever gone down if they were not being surrounded by it constantly. So I see both sides of it. Again, I've been to pride parades. I have no issue of it. My issue just comes in when I see children being exposed to it. Think about the Wii Spot incident that happened, where there was a trans man, a quote unquote trans woman that went into the women's room, showed his penis, and he was able to do that because he took advantage of the transgender law in California. It turns out a lot of the right-wing concerns were actually validated. This man was a sexual offender, and he was using transgender laws to go next to young women, young girls, and show his private parts. So this is why we have to be very careful with how far we take this agenda, and as you call it, propaganda.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not worried about the people that that are in LGBT. It's people who are going to be taking advantage of the system that's
correct
being now made for the minority of very big minority of people.
Right. And if you were in LA, you could. That's the scary part. Yeah. Any man in LA that wants to say I am a trans woman is allowed by law now in LA to go into the woman's side, and that's a problem when you have 5, 6, 7-year-old girls that are there. To me, it should be up to the parent whether or not their young daughter should be exposed to that male genitalia in the context of a spa or changing room. And my opinion is they shouldn't. By the way, as we're talking, a woman just came by us and gave us the thumbs up, and she's giving, she's probably, are you a Trump girl? Are you a Trump girl? You want to come on the stream real quick? Come here. We're live streaming right now to YouTube.
So we have Ethan's video ready after.
Okay,
this thing.
Let's go ahead and pull that up. I had Grayson looking for some of the videos that that Adam and Ethan were referring to. So I'll go ahead and pull that up right now.
On Instagram. My name is Adam Francisco. I'm a right-wing political YouTuber.
Mute that so I can play that. Go ahead and play it. Oops, there we go. Unmute that.
Yeah, we'll start over.
All right.
There is no insert. There's nothing on it. So.
Alexa,
What are we watching? Grayson, what are we watching?
This is Ethan Schmidt.
It's disgusting.
This is at Target?
Yeah, this is at Target, and that display, as you can see, is over children's clothing.
It's like a $10.
So he's going to walk over to it. See, LGBT, take pride, is for children clothing, is targeting children. And that's what I think provoked Ethan to take the action he did, because we should not be promoting this to children. If people want to have their own sexuality once they grow older, that's a sexuality. Children should be able to focus on being children. You don't need to confuse them about their gender. They should be able to grow up and be who they are. And that's basically the same message that the LGBT agenda is trying to push, be who you are. But when you're entering in the schools and these children in their young prepubescent lives, you're indoctrinating them into a system that could lead to a lifetime of confusion and pain, self-destruction. So I agree with what Ethan did. We got to stop this somehow, and it starts somewhere.
Absolutely. Let's check back in with Ethan and Adam. Hey guys.
Yeah.
How you doing?
Hey, we're back. We just met this wonderful person here. Not going to say her name, but she actually does work with Carrie Lake.
Oh, wonderful.
Which is so cool. Yeah, because nice to meet you. So Tara, I told her that maybe we could have some of her candidates on the live stream or something.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know
we love Carrie Lake.
I just found her. Yeah. And she is a God-fearing woman.
The Patriot Takes always tries to connect me and Carrie Lake, It's kind of funny. So, but Carrie Lake knows what's up. She knows that she even said she's never going to bow down to the Marxist media.
That's exactly what this is. It's a Marxist media. And honestly, guys, after seeing what's happened to you, Tara, you, Grayson, and you, Ethan, I'm like waiting for my turn, because I know at this point it's probably inevitable. The difference is, though, you guys, I'd like to say to some degree, at least you, Tara, and you, Ethan, you guys are agitators at different levels. Tara, you've agitated Ethan is definitely an agitator. Grayson, I'm not sure about you. I don't know where you fall.
I just like to interview people. That's my thing. I interviewed the wrong person. Apparently talking to a Chinese immigrant who heads the RNC over in Oregon was enough to set off on their radar, like, oh, we can't have this white supremacist talking to all these different types of immigrants and connecting them in a pro-American movement.
I just stream what I see. That's whatever's going on in front of me. I don't control people's actions. So when people act out and say certain things, that's on them. When I'm just on the ground providing unedited coverage of what's going on. So in terms of being an agitator, sure. I mean, I have my opinions. Evidently, being an opinionated person is enough to be an agitator these days. But yeah, that's my take on it.
Right. But I'll just say the video that's been going viral of Ethan from the Trump rally where he said he likes to harass cancer patients. Of course, we've now established that it's a troll.
Yeah, it's a giant inside joke.
Yes.
And I don't really care if people can't see through it because I know that I'm right, you know?
You know your intentions.
And the people that know me know what's up. So I don't really care what the other people think. That's why I keep on playing along with the joke.
Yeah, so I really wanted to hop on for two reasons. Number one, really to have Ethan express his perspective and so that you guys understand that he's not some evil person that just hates cancer patients. That's not true at all. But secondly, I wanted to do some self-damage control for me because I jumped in the video saying Adam Francisco here, not knowing Ethan was about to make that joke, which at the time I had no context for what he was talking about. So even when I hopped up the camera, was like, wait, did he really just say that? I was so confused.
We were debating if they were going to cut off the end of it because Grayson was like, no, because we all know what Grayson, the inside joke is, but not others would.
Correct. So to everybody on Patriot Takes who might be watching here,
thanks Patriot Takes. Thank you, Patriot Takes, for giving us free shout outs. We really appreciate it. And
I want to say
views of you at the end of the day. So I mean, I did gain a couple Twitter followers. So
I wanted to tell Patriot Takes one thing. You guys shared a video of a girl from the rally. She had on the colorful wig. She was holding the American flag. You guys referred to her as a QAnon follower. Not only did she never mention QAnon in the post, in the interview, not only was she not wearing any QAnon in the video, I actually called her, let her know that that's the libel that you guys were spreading about her, and she confirmed that she has nothing to do with QAnon, that she is not a believer in them, she doesn't follow them.
That's what they do. They just make up silly headlines.
So literally, they just made up something completely out of nowhere about her that she follows QAnon, and then you guys post it, you share it, and then your readers, your followers, just automatically believe it because. Why wouldn't they believe that?
Yeah.
It's such a bold claim. And Patriot Takes, you guys have to not do things like that.
How come there's no leftists featured on Patriot Takes? Huh. Maybe you guys aren't patriots.
Patriot Takes, shame on you.
Patriot Takes, like they're making fun of the right wing.
Yeah.
So my point is this: Patriot Takes, you're being guilty of misinformation. The stuff that you claim that we're guilty of. You know, you call, and again, you're not guilty for calling Grayson Arnold the neo-Nazi white supremacist, but left liberal media does do that to him. And you guys called that girl a QAnon follower when she literally has nothing to do with that. And then you call me ethnic. So get your facts straight. If you guys want, you can contact all of us through social media. We're all readily available. And we're actually really nice people. And so we're willing to give you a quote. We're willing to address questions you might have. But this libel and slander, it needs to end because this is just creating more division. Like, you guys are responsible for that. And here we are trying to bring this guy on our channel and just try to get the truth out and try to bridge the gap. So I just wanted to share my piece on that. Tara, any thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, Adam, you're right to be responding. My approach usually is like, Sarah, what will be, will be. I just, I pay too much attention on what's going on in my life versus what's other people are saying about me. But Adam, you're right in terms of we should be responding to certain things because that's also kind of the silence that the right has had to not respond, which has led to a lot of misinformation going out there, the libel and slander that's been going on because we haven't been reacting because at the end of the day, we're busy with our own lives and we don't care about those lies. I don't care what they're saying about me, but when other people start to believe it and everything, it is going to have an impact to my channel. It is going to have an impact to my reputation and the goals that I would have in the future for really trying to make the world a better place. I mean, totally beauty queen, Miss America style, like world peace. And that's my ultimate agenda, to be bridging people together and not to be sowing in the division that's going on. So Adam, you're right to be responding to this. And thanks for bringing us all together to be responding.
Yeah. And another thing I want to say, like, I know Ethan here is against the masks in all regards, and that's his personal opinion. And I don't knock him for that, because I understand where he's coming from, right? He understands history is repeating itself, and he's trying to do what he can to prevent it. Me personally, I don't like wearing the mask just because I don't like wearing it, but I don't care if someone else wants to wear it. It's their body, their choice, and that goes to wearing a mask as well. So to me, it doesn't trigger me if someone wants to wear a mask. So Adam, you're right to be responding
to this, and thanks for bringing us all together to be...
Is there lag?
Sorry about that.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. That was my iPad playing.
So my point is, if I'm outdoors and I see somebody running wearing a mask, that's silly. Like, we all know that. The CDC even has said outdoor transmission risk is very low. A mask is not necessary. Like, we've already established this. So I will judge people for wearing masks in certain settings, but I'm not going to tell them remove it, take it off, because if that's what makes them feel safe and that's their safety blanket at this point,
but if you give up,
that's fine.
If you give up essential liberty for temporary safety, you deserve neither. So that quote was made for, like, right now.
Well, that's why I'm against the mandates. I am against the mandates. I do think that it should not be mandated. If somebody wants to choose to wear one because they believe it brings them safety, let them choose that right. You know, it's kind of like a gun. I personally don't have a gun, but if someone wants to have a gun because it gives them safety, our Constitution says let them have the gun.
Yeah, but that whole argument, like, the corporate and government don't believe that. That's where the problem comes in. Is they don't have that mindset. You know?
I agree. I mean, I'm just explaining, where my mindset comes from.
I get it.
So I'm against the mandates entirely, 100%. I'm against the vaccine mandates. I'm against the mask mandates. Yeah. And I'd like to see less people wearing masks, especially if you're outdoors, like where you don't need one if you're going for a run. It just looks silly at this point. And if you're triple vaccinated and boosted, it looks even sillier. That's just my opinion. All right, CDC or who, for countervailing medical views. But I just wanted to get us all together, and I think that this was productive. I hope that this gives Ethan a good piece of press, because he's been slandered all over the internet.
Yeah, hey.
Some of it's your own doing, though, bro.
Yeah.
I got a question for you guys. So some of the comments that I'm reading on, some of the people in the chat are saying that even giving any kind of attention or response to this, it makes us appear weak. How do you guys feel about that?
I think that this is the fact check, because then I would say that fact checkers make things look weak, because fact checkers are giving acknowledgement to things. No, the bottom line is, if people are saying stuff about you that's not true, you have the right to at least once go on record and set the facts straight. And
the right to face your accuser.
If they want to keep slandering and libel.
Yeah, that's another thing. Like, a lot of these Twitterati are anonymous. A lot of these Twitterati making these accusations, okay, sorry, we're talking at the same time. They hide behind their photo of the Patriot Takes, and me, I run pure politics, but my face is right up there with my name. And these people, they don't want to be faced. They don't want you to know who's accusing.
Yeah, they're too scared to show their face because we'll press them IRL.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, so to me, I would argue that it's actually courageous to be addressing a lot of the libel and slander, and people have to understand something. Like, I am a big believer now that as this digital ecosystem continues to evolve, I think that people should have the right to sue for slander and libel, kind of like what Nick Sandmann did. Nick Sandmann is a very rich man because CNN decided to misrepresent the facts. I think Grayson, the way they're doing it to you, you also could slander. You also could have a lawsuit against some of these publications. I think that that's going to really restore some of the power to the individual in our country. And so to me, hopefully we get there soon. What we're doing now, I think, is a polite, hey guys, that's not the truth. Stop doing that. And if they continue to do that, well, then they open themselves up for slander and libel, slander and libel lawsuits. And I don't want to go down that route. Ethan doesn't want to go down that route. We just all want to have free speech and not be misrepresented by the media.
Stop banning us.
Exactly.
Yeah, if their arguments had any value, if they were able to stand on, are we still going?
Yep, you're still going.
If they had any legs to stand on with their argument, they wouldn't need to censor so much. They wouldn't need to have these fake takes and hide behind anonymous accounts. They would be able to make media the same way that we're doing. They would have a full uncut video. They'd be able to come on and be like, hey, come on my show and debate me because I'm going to make you look like an idiot. And they don't do that for us because they know that they're not in the right. And they know that they don't have any legs to stand on with their arguments.
Right. Well said.
Exactly.
Well, Tara, do you want to just have some closing thoughts? I feel like we did a pretty good job today, kind of getting to the bottom of some of the things that are said online.
Yeah, absolutely. I think you're right to bring us together and to have a response. We need to set the record straight. I personally, I'm okay setting the record straight on this. But at the same time, like whether it makes me appear weak to be addressing the comments, these comments or not, I don't care either way. I'm still going to continue what I'm doing. You're right that it will hit a point that it hinders you from your goal because at the same time, things are. We see how the media turned against Trump, and that hindered him from achieving his goals. So we need to make sure that doesn't happen to us on an individual level. I'm more about controlling the things that are in my immediate control as opposed to what other people are having. So my response as people and haters come after me is actually going to be producing more content and drowning out your content because I'm going to make it better than yours. So that's going to be my response, guys. And so closing it out, thanks guys for joining in on this episode of the T&A Show. Is basically with a response to some of the slander and libel that Patriot Takes or whatever this bullshit Twitter account is that's out there. Ethan Schmidt, we'll definitely have you back onto the show so we can talk and focus more on the work that you're doing with the anti-maskers. And this Grayson Arnold, thanks for joining us in studio. And he's going to be co-hosting, as we'll endearingly call him Little G, just because he's 6'2" and way taller than Adam and I and everything. So it's going to be the T&A Show with Little G, who's not so little and everything. So Grayson, any final remarks?
I was just going to read one of the responses to the tweet because this is the kind of anger that these leftist Twitter accounts are trying to inspire. This guy at RK, he says, "I'm not going to lie. I'm nearing a point where I think violence is the answer. It seems to be the only language these a-holes understand." And that's in response to what Patriot Takes posted with the video. So they're trying to inspire violence. They're trying to inspire violence against patriots. That's what their whole goal is. And they're trying to do it in a very subtle way where they can't have any legal repercussions against them. Because right now, the libel and slander laws do need to be updated. They do need to be changed for the digital world so that this sort of hatred and this sort of inspired violence doesn't happen. It's very obvious that what a lot of these leftists want is to have somebody go out and attack us or murder us, and they target our families and friends as well.
Right. What were you going to say?
Yeah, I was just going to say, we need people, like we need big conservative accounts to support us, which is, there's not very many of them because they've been banned so much, but
and liberals aren't really going there reading it anyway.
There are some, but we need more big conservatives to support what we're doing, Grayson. That's the problem with the right wing is like nobody wants to put each other on. That's what we have to do, and that's what we're doing right now. And that's what we need more of.
Just keep going forward.
How
make
can
friends.
People find you on the, how can people find you on the internet?
I'm mostly on Telegram. Anti-Maskers Club. Just type in Anti-Maskers Club, one word. It'll pop up on Telegram, and that's basically where I am right now.
Awesome. Well, again, from my end, I want to thank Ethan Schmidt for joining us. I'm happy to have him here, kind of address some of the lies that are going around about him and put everything into context. And as far as this goes, you can find this live stream on Adam Francisco, Polish American Brotherhood, as well as Pure Politics. And we'll get this back on the TNAshow.com so that you can have everything in one place. So thanks again for watching, guys. As always, consult the WHO or CDC for countervailing medical views. And we'll see you guys maybe tomorrow. Hey, actually, yes, tomorrow. We'll see you tomorrow with the Chica Guapa. So see you tomorrow.
Screw the WHO.
Now she's going to play the music. All right, play the music. What's your 40K views?
Yeah,
pretty cool, the iPhone, right?